Welcome to the Who You Got podcast starring me, Pork Chop, and
Big Bird.
All right, so we changed the name again because apparently the chopping birds kind of sounded like a PETA nightmare.
I thought we were chopping birds.
We were chopping birds. And then before that, it was just pick 'em week 1, pick 'em week 2. So we decided
we get better every year.
We decided on Who You Got as the podcast name, which I'm sure there are people out there that have had that since the beginning of time. But, it'll be our pick 'em. It'll be our Who You Got. So how this is going to work, especially this week, is we're going to talk about some topics in the NFL that are really high on everybody's radar. Just a little teaser. We're going to be talking about, obviously, Colin Kaepernick, because we can't escape him anywhere we go.
He's the most popular unemployed quarterback in the world.
You would think he was like Tom Brady being unemployed, by the way. People, anyway, we'll talk about that later. And then we're going to talk about the whole entire Ezekiel Elliott situation / domestic violence. We want to also pick each division on who's going to finish first all the way to last. And then, of course, the reason why most of y'all are here is the pick 'em at the very end where we pick each game of the week.
In the life cycle of Brock Osweiler.
In the life cycle, the circle of life.
Circle of life.
The little Lion King of Brock Osweiler. Forgot. Those are in my notes, and I forgot to put that. So, Brock Osweiler before we do the divisional picks, and then the picks for the week. So, all right. So, Chris, Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, God.
Good old number 7 from Nevada. Unemployed for how long now? When did he?
I think he left in April.
He left.
Yeah,
he walked away. He walked away.
I'd walk away from.
I would. Yeah, if I realized how crappy San Francisco is going to be this year, I would just be like, "Yeah, deuces, I'm out of here."
So, dude.
Which I mean, he should even I'm okay. Like a year ago when this whole fiasco started. First of all, it was during an election year.
That was a bad time.
You don't do that.
America's already stressed enough.
Yeah, America's like, oh god, we got to deal with Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and then now we got Kaepernick, popping a squat during the national anthem each week, and it just wasn't.
Imagine
a good time.
if it happened this time last year though with the whole Charlottesville thing.
God. Oh my gosh, at first I was against it. I was like, how dare he? This is awful. This is the worst thing that could happen to the league. That was before Brock Osweiler's season. That $72 million mistake that was Brock Osweiler for the Texans. But the whole fiasco started with him taking a knee, obviously. For those that don't know, which if you don't know, then what are you doing with your life?
So what are you doing here?
What are you doing here? Yeah, you're just like, oh, who you got? Do I pick apples or oranges at the grocery store this week? Or whatever. So, apples. Baby said apples, right?
I said
oranges and apples. Or can we do a hybrid, like apples and orange? We can't do that. They both grow on trees, so maybe we could do that. But anyway, that's off topic.
Probably 30 minutes.
30. That's what it's gonna be. 30 minutes, y'all. 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So get in your comfy chair. Crack open an ice cold beverage and sit back and enjoy. And do not take these picks to your bookie because you will lose.
Yeah.
I think we finished just above 500 last year of the picks.
Yeah, I made the comeback.
He did make the comeback. He ended up beating me by one game in the Super Bowl because I picked the Falcons, which most of America picked the Falcons just to spite the Patriots. But then everybody realized, oh, wait, they're playing the Patriots. That's why. So, all right.
28-3.
So, Kaepernick, should he be unemployed or should he be on a backup or third string roster? On the roster?
I can't honestly find you 64 better quarterbacks than him.
I can't. I was talking to my wife about this a few weeks ago. I can name probably on all my hands, both my hands and both my feet, better quarterbacks. Beyond that,
I mean, you're trying to tell me Christian Hackenberg
definitely,
and McCown and
Bryce Petty
and Bortles and Henne and all these people are better than him?
No, definitely not.
And who's the dude out in San Francisco?
They got Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer
is their quarterback.
Come on now. At least, he don't want him in San Francisco anyway, but still, they are not 64 better. He can have a job.
Obviously, you got, Tom Brady, Big Ben, Aaron Rodgers.
I really thought he was going to get signed by Baltimore. I really thought they were going to sign him.
Yeah, the Baltimore Ravens were like, we'll think about it. And then the owner, I guess, on principle was like, ooh, I don't want the backlash. So maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't do this.
No. I was going to say no PR is bad.
No. Publicity.
No,
bad publicity is publicity.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that. I believe that he should be a backup or a third stringer, or even in like the CFL or the just any type of football. He should not be unemployed right now.
That's true.
Like, I mean, whether you're for it or against it, this is what the country is based on. First Amendment right.
That's what I was going to say. Is like, yes, you may not agree with him, but he is a peaceful protest, and it's a lot peaceful than what we have down in Charlottesville.
I mean, absolutely. And he actually donated $1 million of his own money to the charities of his choice to get his message across, which is fantastic. The one thing I think that came back to bite him in the ass was he didn't vote.
Yeah.
You can't bitch about the state that America's in and not, show your,
You don't vote, you can't complain.
Yeah. That's exactly. It's like people are like, Colin, why'd you vote? I was like, so that way I can complain. It's like when we voted for mayor and we voted for all those propositions for the town. I voted against it, and so when it got approved, I can bitch about it because I voted against it. Like all the construction that's going on, I can bitch about it because I voted against it.
I can speak for my team. I would take him as a backup. I think we have Castle. So,
and
Alex Tanney. I would take him over.
Alex Tanney. We had him for a hot minute a couple of years ago.
I would take him.
I would agree that the Cowboys, I think you'd fit just fine in that system, but with the name America's Team and somebody sitting during the national anthem,
Jerry wouldn't love it.
Jerry straight up said if there's any player out there that wants to take a knee, they can find another team.
Yeah.
So that's how serious the JJ man is about this whole entire thing. Okay, so
Hall of
Famer Jerry Jones got inducted this year. So that was the Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, he should be on.
He should be in the NFL or playing football in Canada or
The man went to a damn Super Bowl.
A few years ago. If it weren't for the lights going out,
he may have a ring.
He may have it, and then we would be talking about a different story right now if he had a ring.
Yeah,
people would be like, "Well, why is he unemployed if he has a Super Bowl ring?"
Real. At his age, like what, 29?
Yeah, he's not even 30. So, one last thing, and we'll move on to the next topic. I loved watching him play at Nevada. Like anytime Nevada was on TV, I would watch him because he kind of had that Johnny Manziel type of feel to him in Nevada. He could run anytime that he wanted. He could throw deep bombs. He could spin out of trouble and create time in the pocket. And he was just like, he's a good quarterback.
Oh,
Johnny. Two unemployed quarterbacks. Should Johnny Manziel be in the league? I don't think so. But anyway,
maybe not. Practice squad.
When the Rough Riders and the CFL say that there are red flags on you, there are red flags on you. They worked him out, and they're like, no. They also worked out RG3, I've been told. So RG3 might be playing in the CFL. RG coming to a CFL venue near you. All right, so moving on to the next topic. This one, it's kind of close to home.
It's a little close to home for you.
It's a little close to home for me, and that is what I'm calling #ZekeGate / domestic violence, because obviously Zeke, it happened today. The court proceedings happened today. I've been told that he is going to play week 1, and then the suspension might come down probably 2, 3, whatever. Still picked him up in my fantasy leagues, by the way. 2 out of 3.
As long as he wasn't your first pick, you're good.
Oh, no, absolutely not. He was like my 4th pick in one league, and then my 5th pick in the next league. So, if you get him in the 5th round, that's a steal.
That's a steal.
Especially if he can find a way to not get suspended.
For 6 games,
like I did with Tom Brady last year. Won the whole thing because I had Tom Brady as my quarterback. But anyway, so, Chris, what is your feeling about this whole situation? Should it go away? Should he be suspended? If so, how long?
I am a Cowboy hater. I will admit that.
Bona fide. He's bona fide.
But I'm a realistic Cowboy hater.
That he is. God bless you.
I'm one of the few.
One select few.
Yeah, if we're talking just the domestic violence thing, which we don't even know if it happened, which we don't think it happened.
I don't.
But only 2 people know that's him and her. But if it's just for that, 6 games is too much.
Oh yeah.
I thought he would, for domestic violence only. I thought he would get a game or 2 and get down to nothing. Honestly, but the 6 games is not just domestic violence. It's the bar incident. It's the speeding ticket. It's the girl at the parade. It's everything. It's pretty much just telling Zeke, get your shit together and you'll be fine.
Which, I don't know if, that is appropriate to suspend him for all those multiple things. It should be, 1 incident, But 6 games, the league said that that's the minimum with anything that includes domestic violence. That is the minimum.
Tell that to the kicker from the Giants last
Yeah.
year. Well, granted, that also cost him his job, too.
Yeah, he got. Yeah, they were playing in London that week, and they told him, "Don't get on the plane. You're done. You just stay here in America. We don't want you."
He had records of it, though.
Oh yeah, he had records of it.
All right, Zeke, I mean, for the domestic violence alone, like I said, I thought he was going to get, if we were to do everything together, I think he'd only get like 3 games. But for domestic violence alone, I just did air quotes if you couldn't see.
Domestic time machine.
I thought he'd get 1 game because there wasn't enough proof against him. There was no charges. Filed completely.
Yeah, and even like in Ohio, they did not press charges. The police department did not press charges because she was an unreliable source. She apparently was going to blackmail our boy for $20,000 so that her and her friends can get a boob job. That's on record that she was going to take those $20,000. She's going to take that $20,000 and get boob jobs for her and her friends.
That's lovely.
And then there was also reports that his dad released this. There were reports of saying, "I am a white female, you are a black male. They're going to believe me more than they're going to believe you." That doesn't look good. That does not look good at all.
I mean, maybe this will be a wake-up call as he don't pull people's shirt down. Just stay safe.
And he wasn't even in that bar fight. He just was on the other side of the
bar.
He
was in the bar, but he put himself in a bad situation.
I know. But of course, he could go to the McDonald's drive-up and they can get, rob that gun. Zeke was at McDonald's with the gun.
It's just a lot of circumstantial evidence.
It's like, or the In-N-Out Burger, because he's down in Dallas. I mean, I would go to In-N-Out if I were Zeke. I would go there all the time. Yeah. Okay.
They'll be okay. You'll go even if you missed game 1, you'd go at least 3-3 in that first game, and you'll still win 10 or 11 games.
And then I saw a Cowboys fan that was like, "Look for Zeke to get 200 rushing yards against the Giants. That's how pissed he'll be." Which I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I don't know. We don't know how good that. I mean, the Giants' defense. We'll get to that later. Yeah. Anyway, getting off topic. Okay, so the next thing is the circle of life of Brock Osweiler.
See, I think it was a plan. I saw this on the MFL meme. Some of the stuff from them. Elway told him, "Go get your money, then come back for cheap." So, which he did. I mean,
I would do that for the owner.
Freaking $72 million to do nothing.
Yeah, to do. I mean, he didn't do nothing. He was okay, but I mean, during that game against the Patriots, it was the Patriots, right? During that game where he threw like 3 picks or whatever,
he was at $72 million worth.
It was like, and then they narrowed down how much pick, how much it would cost per pick.
Yeah.
And somebody said, like, every time Brock Osweiler throws a pick, it's like $8 million.
It's awful.
So it's funny. I guess that's how many picks he threw last year. It was like $8 million per pick. Oh, there's another $8 million. Oh, there's another one.
Pretty much.
16 million right there. Oh boy, and it's only the first game.
He was just. I found out today. I didn't even know this. He actually never even met with. What's the coach's name in Houston? Bill O'Brien. He never even met with O'Brien before he was signed by the Texans. I didn't know that. Just the owner called around and said, "Oh, he's a good guy. Okay, let's pay him $72 million." Like, in what world does that sound good?
See in Beijing.
Like, you calling it a reference on the guy? Okay, let's sign him to one of the biggest.
I mean, it's like the whole Fox, Coach Fox for the Bears. Mm-hmm. He didn't even know they drafted Trubisky. He just woke up the next day and they're like, "Oh, here's your quarterback," and he's like, "I thought I had this guy, and you're giving me."
Like, you go out and sign. What's his name?
Glennon
for $15 million. And you go and draft a rookie.
Yeah, then you draft, and you move up.
You move up 2 spots to get someone you could have got at 3.
Okay. Yeah, but anyway.
But no, I mean, Osweiler. It's a win for Denver.
It is a definite win for Denver.
Paxton Lynch is apparently that bad.
Paxton Lynch is awful, and you could tell by the coach, like, who's the starting quarterback? Like, in his press conference, he's like, "We're going to go with Trevor Siemian."
I mean, can Siemian be something one day? Maybe, but you can't get more than 8 wins with that defense on your side. On that side, on your side.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, like, Denver's defense carried Peyton, but at least Peyton gave them some kind of product.
Yeah, it's like Houston
on the field.
It's like Houston.
Unlike what Cinnamon? I call him Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. I mean, I think Osweiler was probably a better fit than Cinnamon. But geez, I mean, but they got him for only $700,000, so it's a steal for them.
Really? I didn't know it was that low.
The veteran minimum is what they got him for.
Wow,
$700,000.
Does he have incentives or anything?
That's all I know.
All right, so
It's a 1 year, $700 million deal.
this could be
$700,000 deal.
this could be talking about something later, but over under week 6, Brock Osweiler starts for the Broncos.
I think if they're 500, I don't think. As soon as you dip below a game or two below 500, you start 1-3, you put them in.
Mm-hmm.
Because you already knows your offense. That's a good thing. Here, well, it's a new offense with a new coach. He doesn't necessarily know the offense, but he's familiar with it.
I bet like even some people are like, "Thank you, Brock Osweiler, for coming back," because that was originally going to be his franchise when Peyton retired.
He was the original Dak Prescott.
Yeah,
he had keys to a Porsche.
Yeah, got keys to a Porsche, and
then, don't fuck up.
And then he traded in for my 02 Grand Am Pontiac. So.
I mean,
oh god! But anyway, okay.
I would love to see the awkward reunion between him and Von Miller. Oh, I was going to say Miller always gave him crap after he left. I would love to see that awkward hug.
He's like, "Oh, our quarterback's back. Okay, I guess I play nice now." And then even Elway's probably like, "Oh, welcome back."
I saw a fake report, a fake meme or whatever today. Said, "Breaking news: Broncos signed Osweiler." Like 10 minutes later, breaking news: Peyton Manning comes out of retirement. Just to play in front of Osweiler again.
The NFL retirement is not working out for me. I'm sure Peyton is well off because he owns the Papa John's franchise in Denver, and
I'm sure
he's just fine.
He had his first Super Bowl party,
so he's gonna sit up in that. He's gonna sit up in that luxury suite probably every single home game and see like, this is the guy that was supposed to replace me, huh? Cool. Because I mean, like, I don't see Simeon and I don't see Paxton Lynch being.
Paxton Lynch is apparently just awful. And he's up there with Bortles, apparently.
Which makes me feel so good because the Cowboys were going to move up to get Paxton Lynch.
Dak just fell.
Dak literally fell from heaven into our laps, and we're like, "We'll take care of you."
Dak was supposed to be a 3-year project to be a decent backup, not.
And we put him in week 3.
Week 1.
Week 1. He's like, "Here you go, son."
It was like he came in like week 2 or 3 of the preseason.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of 2 years ago when Romo went down against the Eagles.
Oh yeah, Romo.
Rest in peace.
We'll see how he does in the broadcast.
I'm sure he's doing just fine. He's got a hot wife.
3 kids.
3 beautiful baby boys.
One named Jones.
One named Jones after Jerry.
That's another relationship for another day.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. So the last thing we're gonna get to before we do the pick'ems for the week is our predictions on how the divisions are gonna end up this year.
It's pretty similar.
So like I will go for my. We're starting with the AFC East, working our way down, and we're gonna do the NFC East first. So I'm gonna give my picks. I'm gonna give my rundown. And then Chris is going to give his rundown. This is going to be longer than 30 minutes. I'm calling it right now. Yeah. But anyway, all right. So the AFC East, my prediction is I have the Patriots winning. That's a no-brainer. Dolphins second, Bills third, and Jets fourth because the Jets are supposed to be like the worst team in the league right now. I am doing a survival pick'em on Yahoo Fantasy. Mm-hmm. I'm picking everybody that's playing the Jets
to win
each week.
You think they go 0-16?
Oh my god! Well, I mean, I eventually have to pick different ones because they face the Patriots, Dolphins, and Bills twice each. So I'm eventually gonna probably have to go down to like whoever Cleveland's playing that week or whoever the 49ers are playing that week. So yeah, that's my prediction for that. So Patriots, Dolphins, Bills, Jets. Just because, I mean, how are you gonna bet against first of all Brady, and then I think with Cutler, I think the Dolphins did improve. The Bills are going to be better. I think they're going to be better than they were last year. No, they're not going to be. Well, they're 7-9 last year. They'll probably win 5 or 6 games this year. No. And then the Jets are going to win 0-1 game. So, Chris, what is yours, sir?
Oh, well, that's pretty similar.
Holy crap, it is similar.
It's exactly.
It's exactly.
I'm going to go Patriots. Then you got, you got Cutler. I mean, what were they, like 9? Or were they 10-6 last year?
10-6 last year. Quiet 10-6 last year.
They had a good end of the season. They went like 7-1 in the season.
Losing to the Patriots the last week.
Yeah. I mean, the lose though, but I mean, Cutler had his best years with his new head coach,
Adam Gase.
So, yeah. He had his best years in Chicago with him, so I think that works out.
Oh, definitely.
I think they might be a wild card team, maybe. And then Bills, I don't even know if they have the right quarterback at the moment.
Which is sad.
And then Jets, they could win somewhere between 0 and 2 games.
They're saying that, after this season, they might clean the entire roster, like fire the GM, fire the coach, draft a quarterback, everything. They might get Rosen, see how freaking amazing he looked against my Aggies this week. Son of a bitch.
It's okay.
It's too soon. Still too soon. Both of our teams lost this week. Longhorns and Aggies went down for the count. All right, so the AFC East, AFC West. I have the Raiders, the Chiefs, the Broncos, and the Chargers. But I mean, I could flip flop the Chargers and the Broncos, or not Chargers. Broncos and Chiefs, 2 and 3. I can flip those. I'm just kind of on the fence with that, especially if Osweiler, who knows the system, gets in there. Then they could probably compete with the Raiders, but I don't think they're going to be better than the Raiders. And everybody, for some reason, is just saying that this is the year that Alex Smith is just going to die. Like, he's going to choke. And then Mahomes is going to come in, and he's going to be the Dak Prescott of the Chiefs, and he's going to be, like, the best thing ever. And wait till the season starts, everybody. Who knows? The Jets could win every single game. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face saying that. But anyway, okay, all right, hold on. Breaking news. Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott, 6-game suspension, upheld. Oh! So he's not starting week 1, so I need to take him off my starting roster, my starting lineup.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
We're going to come back to, okay, so
that's breaking news.
That's breaking news. Just happened right now.
Jeez.
Okay, so yeah. Like I said, Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers, but I can flip 2 and 3 any given Sunday.
For me.
All right, so we're going to get rid of that real quick for you, Chris, and then we're going to go to yours.
There we go. For me, I'm going to go Raiders.
Same thing.
Some of these are just common sense. Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers. I hear a lot of positives about the Chargers this year. I hear they could go 9-7 this year. I don't know, and I don't see Alex Smith falling off the cliff yet. I think Mahomes is your starter in 2 years, but I think Alex Smith. What were they? 11-5 last year, 12-4, something like that.
Yeah, they were pretty good. I mean, that division, it was like
I think I could almost see the Broncos as last place. I mean, if they go 7-9, I think they are last place. I think the Chargers go at least 8-8.
Mm-hmm.
I think Raiders and Chiefs both have 10 wins. Broncos are the wild card.
Well, didn't like NBC Sports predict that the Broncos were going to go like 7-9 or something like that?
Yeah, I mean they very much. Yeah, I can't say
they very well may.
There we go. We're cinnamon under there. They might
cinnamon, but if Osweiler goes in there, who knows? Anything could happen. Okay, so the AFC North, I have the Steelers winning the division. Ravens in second place, Bengals third, and Browns, of course, in the toilet bowl once again. Which sucks because I'm kind of a closet Browns fan. I like the Browns.
It's because of your
it's because of my playthrough last year where I was the starting quarterback. But I mean, like, the Browns are like, the ugly chick at prom. Didn't get invited to the party, shows up anyway, does the best that she can, and then goes home and cries. Oh, that was awful. Why did I make that comparison? That was awful. All right, anyway. So that's what I have. Big Ben looking like it's going to be his last year, so I think he goes out with a bang in that division. Still no word how healthy Flacco really is. And then Andy Dalton with that wife beater behind running back. Or not wife beater, girl. Mixon.
Yeah. Girlfriend beater.
Or
just random girl beater.
Random girlfriend beater.
He got her good.
Yeah, there's video evidence of that. I don't see video evidence of Zeke, but I digress.
Yeah, he's already done his charges. He was suspended for a year.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so there it is. And look at that. Look at that.
We have the same. I see a pattern.
It's going to change here in a bit.
I know. It will change. I'm going to go Steelers, Ravens, Bengals, and Browns. Browns for obvious reasons. Bengals. I don't know what happened last year. They were my Super Bowl pick last year.
They were your Super Bowl pick.
And they just went down. I don't know why. I really don't know why. What happened to them? And then I can honestly go 1 and 2, not because I can switch 1 and 2, not because the Ravens are that good. It's just because Ben doesn't ever play a full season anymore.
I know he doesn't,
and that's why he's probably going to retire after this year. But so if he gets hurt, I mean, Ravens will probably win it like 8-8. But if not, I can see the Steelers going 11-5 or 12-4. So
it was like a few years ago where the St. Louis Rams made the playoffs at like 7-9 because that division was that awful.
Yeah, I mean, the Steelers, all the weapons are there. You got AB, you got Bell,
you do,
and you got Martavius Bryant, a good number 2. So he stayed off the weed for an offseason. Good for him.
Stay off the weed.
Stay off the weed. Thank you, Stephen A.
All right, so there's that. Okay, AFC South. Chris is going to be happy about this one.
Yes.
Because I am predicting his Tennessee Titans to step up to the plate and win this AFC South. With the Texans close behind it, maybe 1 or 2 games difference separating these two franchises. Jaguars are going to give it their all, but they're the Jaguars.
Sorry, Andrew.
Sorry, Andrew. And then, oh my gosh, if Andrew is listening, he's probably rolling over in his bed or, at work, or he's throwing something at the wall or something. I'm picking the Colts to finish dead last, especially when I've heard reports that Andrew Luck might not even start a game until week 8.
That's awful.
That's how bad his injury is. He has not thrown since his surgery, and that's
scary. That was like what, back in
January was his surgery.
That's scary.
But they brought in Jacoby Brissett. They have Tolzien, which I was listening to Pharrell on the bench last night. They think Tolzien has 1 week, and then if he screws it up, then it's going to be Brissett's team until Luck gets back. But right now, literally, the Colts are shit out of luck. They have no luck right now.
Yeah.
All right, so there's that. The AFC South for me. Chris, who do you get in the AFC South?
Toss it. Not really. Titans are going to win this one. The Titans are going to go 11-5 at least. I mean, we could easily go 6-0 in that division the way it's shaping up. We haven't what's going to keep us, even though there's no luck, it's still a bridge we have to get over. We have to beat Indy. We haven't beaten Indy since 2011.
Which I think it's going to happen this year.
I mean, I think we can sweep Indy.
You guys,
if there's no luck,
you guys might not just beat them. You might sweep them under the rug.
Yeah, I mean, I have no one to fear in that division. Texans have Savage, and then Watson, who doesn't look that great.
Oh gosh!
So they got a good defense. I'll give them that, but they don't have an offense. Jacksonville doesn't have an offense. Has a good defense as well. Colts don't have either side of the ball. They got T.Y. That's about it.
They might as well. I think the Texans might as well just put J.J. Watt at quarterback.
Just put him at tight end.
Put him at everything.
Do a little place kicking.
Make him the gadget player. Okay, so those are our AFC predictions.
Tighten up.
Here are starting with the NFC East. You could call me a homer. You can call me what you want. But I am saying the Cowboys are going to win the division back-to-back. It's going to be the first time since 2009, 2010, I believe, since they had back-to-back winners in the division.
Yeah.
That was with, I think, the Michael Vick Eagles. I think they won 2 years in a row. I think that's the last time that a team's done that in the NFC East.
Ridiculous.
It's a power struggle every single year. So I have the Cowboys 1, Giants 2, Eagles 3, and I have the Redskins finishing in the basement. Because, I mean, I even though we lost a crap ton of people in the secondary, I feel like that we've improved. We got younger, we got faster, stronger, whatever Kanye West says. Whatever
Kanye 2020.
Kanye 2020, definitely not. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Of course, if Tiki Barber, who does Tiki and Tierney on CBS Sports Radio, can call himself a homer by saying the Giants are going to win the division, I can call myself a homer saying that the Cowboys are going to win the division. So there's that, boys and girls. And Chris, your NFC East predictions are not the same as mine.
It's not. I was going back and forth on who was going to win this division, either the Cowboys or the Giants. They both per se got better. Well, kind of. Cowboys more or less stayed the same, just because they got some additions and they lost some people. They got Jalen Smith, but then they lost 2 of their offensive linemen. I mean, I'll take them at. I was still calling whoever wins. You win 11 games, you win that division. Just because if it's a freaking gauntlet, so I'm gonna go with them at 11-5. I think they win it. I think Giants go 10-6 again with it number 2, and then I'm gonna go Redskins. I take Kirk Cousins over Wentz at the moment. Wentz doesn't have enough around him. He's got a good defense. Needs a few more weapons on offense. Or Dorian Beckham's really not that good. He's just really got Ertz and a few other people.
Yeah.
And then, Washington lost to Sean and Pierre
Garçon is
but
a 49er now.
But they did get Terrell Pryor. Look at him.
I like Terrell Pryor.
Look at him go.
I mean, gosh, quarterback in the league for a couple of years for the Raiders.
Realize
that he's not going to do anything.
You go from a backup to a number 3 receiver to a number 1 receiver for the Redskins. Good for you.
Oh yeah, good job.
And then so I got the Redskins at 3 and the Eagles at 4.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to the NFC West. Okay, so I don't know why today, but Elliot Harris for NFL Network jumped the Seahawks to the second best team right now in the league.
I have heard people say the Seahawks are going to have a Super Bowl contention. It's like,
It's
what happened?
I don't know, overnight they went from like the 5th best team in the league to number 2. It's like
I mean, don't get me wrong, they're a good team.
they're a damn good team. I'm not.
Well, I don't know what happened overnight.
I know it's like overnight. It's like I don't know. Did what was it? Russell Wilson drink that Jesus juice or whatever?
Maybe I don't
That
know.
Jesus drink that heals your body through the power of
That's all
Christ.
Michael Jordan stuff.
Yeah, the secret stuff.
Yeah.
it's just water, guys. It's just water. You had it in you all along. Anyway, Space Jam. I love Space Jam. So I have the Seahawks, Cardinals finishing at number 2. I think they will improve. They had a mess of a season last year. I don't know what happened to the Cardinals last year, especially in that division. With the speaking of which, the Rams at 3, and then I have the Niners finishing last.
Huh.
I think the Niners are gonna tank on purpose, and
I
then
don't need any help doing that.
Kirk Cousins is going to be their starting quarterback next year. That's how I see that going down. So I mean, like, it's just the Rams are almost there. They have a lot of good pieces in place. You got Todd Gurley, their quarterback, who looks like Ryan Gosling is supposed to be.
Sammy Watkins.
You got Sammy Watkins. I mean, they're an up and coming team, but right now, this year, they can't compete with the Seahawks. They might. I mean, don't the Rams usually beat them once or twice every single year?
They do. They do.
Then a couple of years, I think the Super Bowl year, didn't they sweep them?
I believe they did.
Oh my gosh!
No one understood how.
Yeah, it's like, okay, they just don't show up for the Rams apparently.
Well,
And that was when they were in St. Louis. All right, so Chris,
mine's more the same here. We got the Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams, and 49ers. 49ers, and like I said, they don't need help tanking. They're going to tank regardless with Blair and nobody else. The team has nothing. I've never seen a quicker fall from grace, but after they lost Harbaugh, it's just ridiculous. They'll go 2-14, maybe win 3 games if they're lucky.
the third coach in 3 years.
Yeah, Chip Kelly managed to set 2 teams back 5 years, and he was only there for combined like 3 years.
Philadelphia and then the Niners.
He ruined a franchise for 5 years in 3 years.
How he's a magic man.
And then Rams
I
got
couldn't hear you. Please tell me again.
Your watch wants to tell us something.
like the Rams. They have a. I don't believe in Goff, but maybe he'll be better his second year. I can't. I mean, Mariota. We went 2-14 his rookie year, so I have hope. But maybe Gurley bounces back. Hopefully. And then, like I said, Arizona. What the hell happened last year? That's a 10-win team on paper, and they went 6-10.
And they didn't really lose anybody, but they didn't gain anybody.
No, I mean
year.
that defense should be fine. You got Carson, you got Fitzgerald. I mean, you should be fine. And you got David Johnson at running back.
One of, if not the best running back in the league.
A top 3 running back. I mean,
yeah,
there's no reason to only win 6 games. But you also had 1 or 2 ties last year, so it's awful.
Tying a game is like kissing your sister.
Hey, but it helped the Seattle last year get 1 spot above the Giants.
So that was fantastic.
They were 9-6-1 opposed to 10-6.
God, it's like 0.5 moral victory. It's like 0.500. All right, so the NFC North,
2 divisions left.
2 divisions left. Told you it was gonna be longer than 30 minutes.
That's the first one.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the first one. Okay, so the NFC North, I have the Packers. I mean, as long as you have Aaron Rodgers. What's wrong?
Are you gonna edit this?
No. You can say it. It doesn't matter.
I was supposed to be at my parents' house for dinner a few about 20 minutes.
Yeah, he took time out of his busy schedule to come here and do it. No, it's fine. It's fine. You can talk about whatever. I'm just gonna edit this as is, raw and uncut, because it's a podcast. I mean,
that's true.
Yeah. So the Packers won as long as you have Aaron Rodgers in that division. I mean, he's gonna give you something. RELAX. Relax. So, yeah, Packers won. Vikings 2 because I do like the product that they have up in Minnesota. I think they did get a little bit better on defense. The Lions, I think they're not going to have a good year this year because Stafford got that huge pay, and for some reason, once you get paid in the league, like your numbers like deplenish. I don't know what it is. And then the Bears at 4 because they can't decide who they want at quarterback. It's like Twilight, hashtag team Edward, hashtag team whatever his nuts is. What was his nuts? I can't remember. I don't either. It's just like we don't know who we want at quarterback. So that's it for mine.
That's your North. Well,
that's my North.
Lead the North.
Lead the North.
I'm gonna go. I got the Packers in one. Just, I mean, that's obvious. The Cowboys are lucky that they get the Packers in week 5. Packers always start slow,
Yeah.
so that's kind of nice for them.
We beat them last year.
Well, that was also early in the season.
That was
too.
very early.
So I mean, you get them in the first half of the season, you have a decent chance if you're a good team. But I mean, Packers win. I don't agree with Colin. I think Detroit wins. I think Detroit's a good team. Minnesota's got Sam Bradford, their quarterback. They're kind of a Bronco Texan kind of thing. They got a good defense. They ain't got nobody to control the reins on offense.
For some reason, they started off 5-0 last year.
I don't know, they didn't do anything after that. They were like 3-8 the rest of the way.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't believe in no. And then I think the Bears found something though. Well, Bears did 2 things. They made a $15 million mistake in Glendon.
Gling.
Who's like I think he's like 15-21 for his career. Like, how do you pay that $15 million? I can go out there and do not really, but still.
I mean, not really.
But I mean, I think they found a really good quarterback with Trubisky. I think he's looked really good in the preseason. He'll be starting by week 7 when they're 3-4 or 2-5.
It's quicker than that, honestly.
Whenever the bye week is, I think he starts after the bye week.
Yeah, it's like give him another week to prep and then.
Yeah, I mean, I think the future is bright for Chicago. They got Howard, they got Trubisky.
Yeah, but they lost Jeffrey.
They lost Jeffrey, but he's injury prone.
He is injury prone.
That's his
and now he's in our neck of the woods. So
Jeffrey thinks he's a number 1. So
he thinks he's a number 1, which he is not. Okay, last division. At the NFC South, this one Chris and I are complete opposite on. Or it's like a mixed bag. All right, so this is the definition of a toss-up. I have the Buccaneers in that division. I think adding Djax was a good thing for them because who do they have? That was the number 2, Jackson? Not Jackson last year. Who was it?
I can't remember their number 2.
Oh, my gosh, because it's just Evans. As long as you have Evans, I think he's
Pretty
good.
much.
I do like Famous Jameis in that division. Okay, so I have them. I have the Super Bowl defending losers.
Oh.
the Super
Matty
Bowl
Ice.
appearance for Matty Ice. I have them in the second place. I have the Panthers in third, and I have the Saints in fourth. But that division, first one to 10 wins.
Yeah.
Which I think the Buccaneers are
Realistic.
going to win 1 or 2 games more than the Falcons, but we will see about that.
Okay, so that was an ass backwards whenever I got.
Ass backwards.
I don't think a single person's in the same spot. I have.
No, they're not.
I mean, I can't. I know you blew a 28-3 lead, but still, you went to the Super Bowl. You can't not win your division, right?
You know what? They lost their offensive coordinator.
Unless this is an AFC South thing, an AFC South kind, an NFC South thing where you're the Panthers, go to the Super Bowl, lose, suck. And then go to the Super Bowl and lose.
Buccaneers go to the Super Bowl, lose.
I mean, maybe it's just an NFC South thing, but I think Atlanta, you got Foreman and Freeman. Not Foreman. Freeman and...
Freeman.
It is Foreman. No. Either way. You got Freeman, and you got the other dude. I can't remember his name at the moment. You got the best committee by far. Then you got...
you got Matty Ice.
Yeah, you got Matty Ice. So I think they'll be fine. I think... don't get me wrong. I think Colin's on the right track with Deshaun Jackson.
Djax.
Making it better. And I think they were 9-7 last year. I think they get to 10 wins, and I think they make the playoffs, but they don't think they trump the Falcons yet. Maybe in a few years. And then I got New Orleans. I think New Orleans goes 7-9, 8-8. I think they're fine. I mean, defense has gotten better. Offense, when you got Drew Brees, you know you can always put up points.
Yeah, get 5,000 yards every single year.
Sure.
Without any questions.
Yeah.
He'd be like, I got this.
He lost Cooks. Who cares? So we find somebody. And then I don't believe in Carolina yet. I mean, I really think they'll be better since they got hopefully Cam will be healthy, and then they got McCaffrey, the white Jesus.
The white Jesus.
Jesus was white.
He can walk on water.
He can fly.
He's the tiny.
I think
Jesus.
McCaffrey helps them out a lot, but I still think they're a 7-9, 8-8 team. So I think that 3-4 can go back and forth. But I give the edge to Breeze. Breeze has a ring.
There you have it. All right. So now 39, almost 40 minutes in.
Oh my!
We are now going to do the pick'em, which we're going to pick the games each week.
Isn't this called Who You Got?
This is Who You Got. So, all right. So, Chris.
Not too many toss-ups this week.
Not too many.
All right, start up Thursday night. We have the Chiefs at the Pats. I'm gonna go Pats.
Obviously, you're going to go Pats. I mean, Tom Brady is playing Week 1. Even if Garoppolo played, I think the Patriots would still win. So
I mean,
definitely the Pats.
I guess we'll see how bad the Chiefs potentially are this year. Supposedly, I think the Chiefs will be fine, but some people don't.
Oh yeah, it's a toss-up.
Then we got toss up.
Toss-up.
Raiders at Titans. Let me give some feedback of last year. They played last year. They were in the Raiders. Mariota drove. They were down 10-14. Mariota drove them all the way down, and they scored. But there was a holding call which made it come back, and they had to settle for a field goal. And we lost 13-17, I believe, last year to them. And now we have even more receivers. I'm going Titans. I don't think. I mean, I think in our actual official pick'em, I'm picking the Raiders because it's safer and there's money on the line, not money here.
Oh yeah,
I'm going Titans.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pick the Raiders. I mean, like I have y'all winning the division, but the Raiders, I think, just have too many weapons for y'all.
Now here's another stat, and this was the same way with the Cowboys and Miami last year. They were both all very good in one-score games. You can't go both. Both Miami and Oakland both went 7-1 in games that were decided by a touchdown less. You can't do that 2 years in a row. No. I think they stepped back a little bit to maybe 11 wins, not 12. I think the Titans got it. And now, oh god, yeah, the Jets and the Bills. Buffalo's gonna win.
I mean, Buffalo is absolutely going to win. They don't know who their quarterback is in Buffalo right now, but
do the Jets? You want to make McCown that you could do that confident McCown?
The guy that is working the 200 section selling cold beer. He's going to be the starting quarterback for the Jets.
Close.
But okay, so I'm definitely going to go with the Bills. Like I said, in the survival pick, I picked the Bills to beat the Jets this week. The Jets are probably going to be the worst team in the league, but who knows?
Them in San Francisco.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I'm going to go Bills. It's not a question for me. I'm sorry. Now we got the Falcons at the Bears. I'm gonna pick the Falcons.
I was supposed to say, really?
Rise up!
Rise up! Is it getting hot in here? We need some batty ice. So definitely the Falcons.
Bears are not there yet.
Definitely not there yet.
Oh, just FYI, Patriots were the favorite by 9. Titans were favored by 2. Bills are favored by 9.5, and Falcons are favored by 7.
Titans are favored
by 2.
Ooh.
Then we got toss up.
Toss up.
Ravens at Bengals. Cincy's favored by 3.
That is awful.
If you think it's going to be the 2015 Bengals or the 2016 Bengals?
Well, I guess I'm going to go with Cincinnati.
That's such a tough.
I mean, we don't know about Joe Flacco's health condition right now. We don't know if he's 100% or, what's wrong with him. So I think Andy Dalton can beat.
Man, I'm gonna go with. I think Mixon will make him better, but I mean, I know I have Ravens finishing above the Bengals just because I don't know what Bengals we're gonna get. But I'm gonna go Bengals just because they're at home, and it's not prime time, so it'll be fine.
So it's at noon, right?
Yeah, it's at noon.
Oh, yeah, Andy Dalton's got this, so it's at noon. And so the Bengals are like the box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
It's true. And the Ravens.
Oh, mama.
Then I got the Steelers at Browns. Not
Steelers.
Yeah,
Steelers, breaks my heart.
Steelers are favored by 9.
Deshaun Kaiser's the next quarterback on the Browns carousel. See what happens to him.
Run so many careers.
Well, he's Catholic, so he'll be crossing himself. Like, oh, God,
he needs it. Okay, toss up. Arizona at Detroit.
Yeah,
you don't know what Arizona we're gonna get this year.
What's the who's favored?
Arizona by 2. I mean, there's so many teams that were good in 2015. They were playoff teams in 2015. Fell off in 2016. Panthers, Cardinals, and Cincy all beating them. You don't know what Cardinal team you're going to get. I know what Lions team I think I'm going to get. I'm going to go with Lions.
No, actually, that's exactly my same thought process.
You just don't know.
Consistency is key in this game. I think the Lions are more consistent.
I think the Cardinals have the bigger upside than the Lions do, but you just don't know.
So the Cardinals are the snowballs of this game. Not the taste, the consistency.
All right, we got two good defenses going at it here. We got the Jags and the Texans.
Still going to go with the Texans.
Texans, they're 4.5-point favorites. And Houston strong.
Strong.
They got this.
Don't know where they're going to play. I think they said they're still going to play in Houston, but
I think they're okay.
That's going to be interesting. to say the
Okay,
least.
this isn't a toss-up again just because of who's playing quarterback for this team. We got the Buccaneers at Dolphins.
Oh my gosh, I'm still going to go with the Bucks.
Tampa's a 2-point favorite.
Still-
I'm going to go Buccaneers. I want to see how Carson. I would love to see how Cutler does though.
I mean, he looked good in the preseason, but of
But
course,
I think Buccaneers got too many weapons. It doesn't matter if it's Tannehill or Cutler. I pick
Yeah.
Buccaneers.
yeah, Buccaneers on that one, definitely.
Toss up.
Toss it.
So many this week. A 1-point favorite. We got the Philadelphia Eagles with the Redskins. Philly favored by 1.
I'm gonna pick Philly. I think they're gonna finish better in the division, and this is how it's gonna start. is them
I
beating
did.
the
I did
Redskins.
not. I had the Redskins finishing higher.
The Redskins just don't have any weapons on
They
offense
got
right now.
they got Pryor and they got Reed.
But they lost Deshaun
I know
Jackson.
that they
They
lost.
still have Doxson. I like Doxson.
I'm gonna go Redskins at home. I have faith in good old Kirk Cousins.
Good old
Maybe
Kirk Cousins.
playing for his job for the 4th year in a row. It seems like.
Is that guy ever not going to get the franchise
So if
tag?
he gets a franchise tag next year, he gets $34 million.
It doesn't matter. He's going to be in. He's going to be in San Francisco
yeah.
next year. So
All right, here we go.
doesn't
Not
matter.
so much of a toss-up.
That's-
Actually, it is because of who's favored. Colts at Rams.
I'm gonna go Rams.
I'm going to go Rams as well. No, Colts should beat the Rams, but without luck, you don't have no luck.
Like I said, shit out of the luck. You ain't gonna win. So I'm gonna go with the Rams.
I think good old Jared Goff's going to start at 1-0. Good for him.
Hashtag I love LA.
Good for him.
Yeah,
We got the
this is gonna be a good
this will be
game.
a fun one.
Is this the 3:00 game?
It's 3:25.
3:25 game.
3:25. We got the Seattle Sea Chickens at the Packers. Go Pack, go!
I'm gonna pick the Packers.
They're favored by 3. Go Pack, go!
Field goal? Really? That's it? I expect them to
two
be.
two top 5 teams in the NFC.
I know the LOB isn't what it used to be, but I
No,
expected them to get
it's
more.
not, but I don't know. We'll see.
Uh-huh.
We got the Panthers at the 49ers.
Panthers at 49ers.
Panthers.
Panthers.
Just because the 49ers. Right?
Panthers at 49ers.
Here we got Sunday Night Football, everybody.
Sunday Night Football on NBC.
We got the Gigantes versus the Cowgirls.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. Yeah, I gotta go with that. I want revenge so bad, Chris. I want revenge so bad, and I
Oh.
know my wife over there wants revenge too, right, baby?
Yes.
Knowing
Just-
Zeke is gone, that does alter my decision.
Hey, actually, more breaking news. They will allow him to play Week 1.
Why only week 1?
They said NFL will reportedly allow Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott to play Week 1 despite ruling of upholding 6-game suspension. It doesn't make sense, Chris. It doesn't have to make sense. We have Zeke Week 1. I'm happy.
NFL.
The NFL just
It's like, oh, we fucked up. Maybe we should give him 1 week.
okay. So
The most important game out of the 6 games.
yeah,
But then you don't get him back till week 8.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Fun stuff. Okay.
So you pick the Cowboys too.
Uh,
Who you gonna pick? Who you gonna pick?
Go
Who's the
ahead.
favorite?
Cowboys by 4. Just kind of I think it's probably because it's in Dallas.
Yeah.
Dak is 0-2. But Dak will
Only
get,
team he hasn't really beat.
but Dak will get his first one against the Giants.
Yeah.
I'll take the Cowboys.
Woohoo!
But
Welcome, Chris.
I think it's a toss up
For this week, welcome, Chris.
And I'm not cheering for y'all, but
Yeah.
I'll still be sporting my red and blue. But Cowboys in a close one, a very
Yeah,
close one, maybe like 27-24, maybe.
Hell yeah. And then 2 Monday Night Football
Two Monday
games.
nights. We got Saints at Vikings, 2 question marks. Minnesota by 3.5.
I'm going to take Minnesota over the Saints. Don't know why.
The Adrian Peerless Saints. Oh, Saints.
And it's-
Oh!
yeah, and see what they did?
I'm going
They did
Saints.
that.
I'm going Saints. I think AP gets a win.
You think so? I'm going to go with the Vikings. I think they did it on purpose.
I'm just doing it because I think
They set the schedule on purpose.
go AP. Now we got them. Okay, last week,
And it's Monday Night Football
Wow.
because ESPN's ratings are probably going to go
Yeah.
up. So
last game of the week at the 49th minute,
49th minute?
we got the Chargers and Broncos.
God,
Cinnamon versus not cinnamon.
hopefully not Cinnamon. I mean, I kind of want Osweiler to go in there, but I mean, if it's Osweiler, I pick the Broncos. But if it's not, then I'm picking the Chargers.
So Denver's favorite 3.5.
They are? Oof.
Yeah, because it's in Denver. That's why
Yeah. Mile high.
I'm gonna
I'm going to go Chargers.
we're Broncos on this one, just because who knows.
You can go either way.
There's so many question marks. I mean, it's the first week of the season. You gotta see how teams play. I mean, the Titans could go 4-12 for some reason. Dallas could
Well, the Cowboys did go 4-12 a couple years ago.
It's
So.
like Cowboys could go 8-8. Who knows? You
Yeah.
gotta see how teams perform.
But just to defend the Cowboys, they lost most of those games by 4 points or less. But anyway, I digress. All right, so finally, 50 minutes in, we are
Jesus.
done with
It won't be
talking.
normally this long. So we don't have to predict the divisions.
We are trying to keep this under half hour, maybe 25, 20 minutes tops. Depends on how many topics we need to discuss and what our opinions are.
The pick 'em will probably take 10 minutes. And then just the news stories for that week. We don't have to go through the division. We don't have to talk about.
We don't have to do.
Kaepernick
We don't
again.
have to do Kaepernick again. We got
This
that
is the
out.
longest one.
This is gonna be
My
the
mom's
longest
gonna
one.
kill me.
The inaugural. Mom Spaghetti. You're nervous?
Yeah.
But on the surface, you look calm and ready.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, guys. So you know the drill. Submit us your picks to get shout outs next week. Let's see how you can compete against Big Bird and I here. Let's see if you can pick better than us. And of course, please subscribe to become a piglet. And if you're on anything else, please give us a like.
Colin,
What?
football's back.
Football is back. Oh my god, it hit me like 2 days ago. I'm like,
Praise the Lord.
praise the Lord. The wife said, I have molded her mind into something very awesome. All right. So, guys, yeah, if you're watching on anything else or listening, this is going to be an audio, obviously, straight up audio. So, leave us a like, share the video,
Do whatever you gotta do.
whatever you got to do. And always remember, my little piglets, call him Pork Chop, loves y'all the mostest. Big Bird. I don't know. You got to come up with
I thought you usually say call.
but you gotta learn how to fly solo. You gotta do your own
First, you
thing.
set my own mic and everything.
Yeah.
You didn't prepare me for this.
I know. I just realized that.
Next week I'll get
All
a
right.
phrase for y'all.
Chris will start his franchise
Phrase.
catchphrase franchise next week. All right.
Pressure.
Thank you guys. And are you ready for some football? The answer is, oh Lord, yes.
Go Titans.
Go Cowboys. I think it's gonna be a great week this week.
So calling Titans and Cowboys Super Bowl
That'd be fantastic. Oh, we can do our Super Bowl predictions next week.
next week.
Next week, we'll tease our Super Bowl predictions as well as the picks for next week. So, you know what's coming next. Bye, guys!